Alright, I want to do a kind of an opening and review of this L'Ugx. It used to be an Italian company, I don't know, years ago. It originated in Italy. And somewhere down the line, it used to be called L'Ugx. L'Ugx, the G wasn't in there. And I guess it was sold to a Chinese company and they added the G, and now it's L'Ugx. But it's Luxe for luxury and the G is for glamour. That's what they say. It's packaged very nicely. Very high-end packaging and drill. They do have another model that's even nicer than this one. Get a little thing here, and this is the manual and stuff. Part of it's in English, part of it's in Chinese. And you get a thank you card and a thing that lists some cautions. I don't know. Here's the thank you. You get this see, these drill bits here. This is the drill part. It's very well packaged, very high end. I would expect that from the price though. Very well made. The other one that cost more money that I reviewed, it was even nicer than this one, and very high quality product. This does have a lock on it. We will test all this out. I wanted to show you the stuff. This goes with the base that contains, you know, all your electronics and all that. Hold on. It's very pretty. The last one, I thought I remembered it did have some power already. You've got a nice clip on the back in case you want to hook it to your pants or a belt. This thing here houses your drill on the side, either side. I'm left-handed, so I like that they do give you a choice there. But you just put it in like this, and then kind of click it in there. Well, I feel like I'm not trying hard enough and I'm scared I'm going to break it. I'll mess with that again in a few minutes. If I remember correctly, the other one was like that and I just wasn't trying hard enough. Scared I was going to break it too. So this is your cord that plugs into this. And you also, if you don't want to use this to house the nail drill, you also have this that sits on the flat surface, and just like that. And you also get another drill bit. This looks like a fine bit, fine coarseness, but I don't know what, off the top of my head, what bit this is. But this is good for filing, and because it has that rounded bit, it's not going to cut on your skin while you're filing. If you get close to the skin, this is the best ones to have instead of that flat one. Alright, let me get this stuff out of the way and I'll be right back. Alright, before I keep going, I'm going to mention, if you see this, you see that little part that sticks up down in there on this side I was trying to get this in? If you turn it to this side, it doesn't have that here. And I didn't have any issue with this side. Now you see there, it goes, just click it right in. You see how they're both evenly in there. Whereas over here, see how it won't go in as far as the top does. So I think there's something wrong with this side because of whatever that is that's there. It's not allowing it to go down as far as it needs to hook in. So there's something wrong with that. It's been made wrong incorrectly or something. That piece that's in there. And it's made in there. There's no getting it out. I've done looked at it up and down. But this one doesn't have that. And no issue getting it in there. So maybe I just got a faulty one. Alright, hold on. Okay. I'm going to use my drill bit instead of having to go through those. Anyways, get this cord here and it plugs in here into the yellow spot. Now this other one, I don't need to use it because it's fully charged. Your blue buttons there tells you how much charge you have, and this is fully charged. But if you need to recharge it, you would plug this part in here. Not the other button here. It does have a pretty good cord there, so it shouldn't get in your way. Now it's already off. This, if you do right here like this, click it, this just turns the power on. This cuts the power completely off to the thing. But as soon as you turn it on, it's automatically going to say off. And you push this switch button, and it's going to say F for forward or reverse, and this button is the forward or reverse. And that hasn't, my video makes it look like it's moving around. It's not doing that. And that looks like an A, but it's an R. It's just the way it has to be. So R for reverse. See, the certain way I hold it, my video makes it look even worse. I don't know why it does that. It does it in most videos when I'm not sure why it does that. See out right there, it's not doing it. I start moving it around. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna put it back on forward, and it's on. It was off, and it's on right here, but it's on 0. Oh, hold on. There is not a pause. You need to turn it all the way down or off before you do this. You don't have this on when you're going to switch your stuff out. Now this is a lock. Turn it back here all the way till it clicks. And at this button right here, that means it's locked. I have no idea what R and S means. And here's your placeholder, for lack of a better word. I've heard you're supposed to keep these in here when you don't have anything in it, and I've heard the other way, it doesn't matter, so I don't know. You leave that up to your choice. You just stick that in there, turn it back till it clicks again, and it's locked, and it ain't coming out. As I said, it's off. It's on because it's lit up, but that's off. Now I'm gonna turn it back on. Man, this thing is very, very low noise. Very low noise and low vibration. It does have a little vibration, but that's up on 30. Typically, you're not going to need more than 20 unless you're doing some kind of acrylic stuff. You might have it on higher. This thing would do really well for any kind of nail art, whether it be gel, nail builder, or builder gel, regular gel polish, acrylic, which is on up there on it, dip powder. This thing should be fine for all of it, if it has the power that it says it does. And it does have a lot of 30,000 RPMs, 8,000. So, you know, each number is multiply it by 1,000. So I'm going to start on about 9 or 10 there. I've got my nail here. I am left-handed, so I'm going to move that over. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of power. It's already delved into the, probably the lowest coat. There's like 3 or 4 coats on this. Alright, I'm going to turn it up. About 15. Man, that thing's low. Doesn't have any noise. It's really low noise. The only noise I'm hearing is from the sound on this. Yeah, this thing has a lot of power. Most things you probably wouldn't need past 15 on this thing. We're going to go on up though. We'll go on up to 30 on it. See, I've got it on 30 there. Yeah, this thing it's really powerful. That took no time to cut it down. I actually cut into the nail tip with that. So this thing is really nice. And it should be for its price, but it is nice. I'm going to do it on reverse too though, just so we can oh yeah, okay, it's on reverse now. Yeah, really nice. I mean, and I'm trying to be more careful so I don't pull that off, but pull it off my sticky stuff. Yeah, this thing's nice. Same either way. Gosh, that thing's quiet. All the way down to... Yeah, this thing's nice. I don't have anything negative to say about it, except for that. That kind of bums me out. I am left-handed though, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, as with forward and reverse, always turn that down, all the way down before you switch. It's just easier on the motor. Some manuals will tell you to do that, some won't, but it helps your motor and your drill last a lot longer. It's hard on the drill switching it back and forth at high, but you know, from high speeds. So yeah. Oh, and it shows error because I had that pulled out. And it's probably not going to come on unless you have that plugged in. This at least, so it's not going to do it for you. Well, that's a good thing to let you know, because I have tried to use them before and not have it plugged in. So that's really nice. I hope this helped you. It is a really nice drill. I can say I'm going to give it 5 stars. And the price is between you and your wallet. Are you willing to pay it? But it's packaged really nicely. Got a nice metal clip on there. It looks luxury. It will make a really nice gift for someone. This would be good for beginner or advanced. So pretty much anybody. It's just, you know, do you want to pay that price for it? But the way it's packaged, it would make an awesome gift. So, yeah, somebody will be very impressed with that. So there you go. I hope you get something out of this.
This is the L'Ugx nail drill. The whole package that it comes in is very impressive. The whole thing was very heavy when I first took it out of the shipping box. So I was like wondering exactly what is in there. And it comes with quite a bit of stuff. So this is the instruction manual that comes nicely packaged, a thank you letter, a little sheet of cautions on the drill. And it comes with quite a few accessories. You get this bonus drill bit, which is good for like gel removal. And then you get another set of bits that are good for nail prep and also some removal too. And they're nice quality. Sometimes when you get like your drill bits with a nail drill, they give you like bottom of the barrel, but these are actually really nice, and I used them and they didn't cut me up or anything. They did a great job. Here's the handpiece holder. Here's the little, the actual like main component. And it has a white with gold accents and a clip on the back. Now it could be just me, but I had a hard time getting that clip onto the side, and I never really have luck with them, but I don't use them either. This is the cord for charging, and then this is the handpiece itself. It felt very heavy when I took it out, and that was probably the weight of the whole box right there. So now at this point, I'm going to charge it. I'll use it for nail prep, and then the next part of my video goes into actually how to use the device. So once this piece is charged up, you can start using it. So you would just turn the dial to turn it on, and it just shows the display says off. This switch button means stop or start, and then this is your forward or reverse button. Once you push the start, it shows that you can have it going forward, and then it'll say A for reverse, but it should be like interpreted as an R. So once you do that, you just turn the dial up, and it's a very smooth dial. There's no clicking, there's no tension. It's really easy to spin it up or down. It's like a dimmer switch for your home. And this is silent. When I'm doing my prep work, I'm in the low RPMs, and it's so quiet. You barely hear a buzzing. I almost was like, is that on? But it really is. So once you need to switch your drill bit, there's this little section here, and you'll hear a little click once this top part is opened. You remove your bit and you replace it, and then it makes another click once it's locked in. If you don't hear the click, it's going to be very hard to pull it out. This handpiece is hefty. I would say that it's heavy in a good way. Like, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels like it's got a good weight to it, but I couldn't imagine holding this for hours a day on multiple clients. Like, this is definitely like a personal kind of use, in my opinion. The handpiece is unusual to me from all the others, because every other brand that I've had, it disconnects from the bottom of the piece and then it's all separate. But this one, it's stuck in there, and I really liked it because while I was using this, I wasn't like struggling with the cord. It wasn't getting in my way. It was the way that it's made. It just keeps a nice distance there for you, and then you're able to switch between, and it keeps its coil nicely and stays out of the way. So overall, I think this drill is pretty incredible, but it's $108 at the time of this review. And if I were to be picky, the labels on the buttons could be improved. You could put, instead of switch, it would be like a start stop button. It should say start stop, or even the word, like the symbols for, start or pause, like play and pause, and then your forward reverse should have a slash in there. And of course, the display, when I don't have it plugged in, this has an A, and it should have an R, but that's just being picky. If those things were perfect, it would be great, but it still doesn't change how it functions. It just changes how I perceived it in the beginning, but it looks beautiful, it feels good, and it works really well.